How you all doing, you wonderful people out there? My name is Timmy and welcome to a new series on Prison Architect. So before we get started, I want to say a quick thank you to all the people who've been watching the videos of late and subscribing. I've had a handful of extra subscribers in the last couple of weeks. And I've also had more views than I normally get. So if you are watching and enjoying, then thank you so much. And I hope you're going to enjoy this series too. So before you go rushing off looking for the videos that you didn't miss here, this is a new series. So why, if it's a new series, are we looking at a part-built prison? Well, the reason is that Shadowplay and Prison Architect have had a bit of a falling out, it seems, at some point. I have a feeling that someone who works at NVIDIA and wrote the coding for Shadowplay has probably been in prison or has something against the industrial prison complex in America and felt that recording a game based around prisons was inappropriate, so they made it so it wouldn't work. Either that or it's because this game runs in OpenGL and Shadowplay doesn't like OpenGL. It's not normally a problem because Shadowplay does allow you to record desktop mode. However, this game won't even record in desktop mode. I have to have it in windowed mode. Otherwise, Shadowplay just has a complete shit and records at... Well, the last video session I did recorded at 1 frame per hour. That is, it recorded the first frame and then for an hour just sat on that frame. So hopefully this is actually working this time. If it's not, you'll never hear this, so this will not matter. So basically I started off, I was a little bit pissy if I'm honest with you when I realised that I hadn't recorded anything, but I've had time to reflect, I've had a sleep, and I've had to think about it, and I'm pretty happy because basically things didn't go stellar at the beginning. I think we had our first major riot on day 4. Several people have died, several people have escaped, and generally this prison just hasn't gone how I wanted it to. So, this being Prison Architect, it has the awesome ability to be able to just sell the prison and start again. So that's what I'm going to do. Before I do that though, I have been doing a few little sneaky things which maybe could be seen as cheating, but whatever. And one of them is just being finished off right now. We are creating the dormitory from hell. There are, I think, 72 beds in here, or room for 72 prisoners, and 1 toilet. That's not going to be a bad thing ever. The reason I'm doing that is because I have to get my capacity up to 100 to finish off this grant. And also, when I look at my valuation, yeah, my valuation is partly based on my prisoner capacity. So the fact that I cannot house them in any kind of humane fashion apparently doesn't matter as long as I have the physical beds for them. So it is very true to life in terms of what the American prison system is like anyway. And quite frankly, the UK prison system is following it rapidly behind. So, I think one more to install there. I was expecting, though, that to go up to more than 100. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 36, 72. I had 50 odd at the beginning. How weird. Okay, well, it doesn't matter because I've already had the advance for that, so I don't really care. It's already in my bank account. See, I've got 130,000 in the bank right now because I've not been spending anything. I've been doing everything I can to increase my value. And in 16 minutes, we have 133 prisoners about to arrive, which is going to completely overwhelm this prison and completely destroy it all. So the moment that happens, we're going to fucking sell up and get out of here. Particularly because we get a massive payment when they arrive. 9 seconds, everyone. Maybe not quite seconds. They're minutes, but they're game minutes. Here we go. I kind of want to stick around and actually see what's going to happen when all these guys arrive. But if I do that, people are going to start dying and escaping, and we're going to start losing money. Here they go. £60,000. £310,000. Let's just see them coming. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's the visitors. I thought they were like so many prisoners they couldn't even fit in the bus. So yeah, in true American style, I'm acting like a real CEO and I'm fucking it over completely for short-term profit and then getting the hell out of here. So are they all going to be on that bus? I find it unlikely that all of them are going to be on this bus, but I want to see it. If they drop off 130 people at this bus, that will be awesome. They're already rioting. The other thing I did in this one is I actually made oh no, here comes the rest of the buses. I made twin bedrooms, so everyone was sharing a room. I am not going to do that in the next one. I like the idea of it, but I think it's just not going to work. It's just going to make me more and more problems later on. Are they just going to come in bus after bus after bus? Yeah, that's dull. That is dull as dishwater. Right, we got the money, so let's sell. 310,000. It's a deal. Awesome. Right, okay, new prison. Large, yes. We're going to have weather and temperature. We're going to have gangs. We're going to have failure conditions. Forests, we'll have a few forests. Why not? And we're going to use Rita again because we want to keep the same one as we had before. And I like the idea of ruling with an iron fist. Still going to go for a male prison. I've ummed and ahed about doing a female prison, but I tend to make inappropriate comments during my videos. So I think I can make inappropriate comments about men with getting less complaints. But we're going to start this next one with $310,000. So let's get into it straight away. And here we are, no loading because it is the awesome game of Prison Architect. Kind of annoyingly a few trees right where I want to go, but that's fine. We'll get them cut down as soon as possible. So, what we're going to do here, I'm going to pause it quickly just so we don't waste any time. I'm going to learn from my last mistake, which was I got a little bit sort of panicked and rushed ahead. And my aim for this series is to make a very large prison with very large capacity. And I kind of tried to get to that too soon, and I tried to build half as a kind of solving today or right now's need, and half looking to the future. Now we have money in the bank, so we can build sort of a bigger scale to start off with than we did before. But the first thing I'm going to actually do is I'm going to spend a bit of time really planning out this prison in planning mode. Yeah, so rather than so that I know where I want to get to long term. If you're not really interested in seeing that, so I say this whole first episode pretty much is going to be planning. There's not going to be much or any. My hope is the prisoners probably aren't going to arrive in this first episode. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to put up the first 2 episodes together. And if you don't want to just sit through and watch me planning and talking about what my ideas are for this prison, then you can jump straight to episode 2 now, where we open the doors and start getting prisons in. And if I remember to, I will stick an annotation just below right now. Bing! Look at that, magic of editing. Anyway, right, guys, so let's get to this. So, my plan for this, and I've done it before, I have played this game before, but not for quite a while, apart from this run-through, is to basically, and let's just do a very sort of simple layout to start with. We're going to have something like this. This is going to be like the central core. So up this front end here, we're going to have like your admin offices and things like that, and visitation and all that kind of stuff's going to be there. It's probably a little bit. Let's just bring that back a little bit. Then we're going to have a very large kind of canteen here. We're going to have a kind of pretty large kitchen area in here, and then we'll probably have there will be a walkway here that allows them to get through there. And then in here we'll probably have some of the other things we need: classrooms, psychiatrist office, workshops, that kind of thing. And then all the way around the edges, starting from that extra wall in there, that's a bit silly. Kind of all the way around the edges, not going quite up to the edge. You want to have room for extra security around the edges. We're going to basically have the cell blocks like this. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So all that area around the edges is going to be cell blocks, and then you're going to have a big yard area in the middle. And this may be open here so that they actually, this area here might be open, for example, so they can actually then go all the way around. I found this idea works pretty well. It means that basically, because obviously you get big problems when people start to congregate together in places or start to get stuck in places. So having this means that you can have like big entrances all the way around. Like I won't have doors on this canteen. It'll pretty much be a freaking outdoor canteen. You'll have big gaps in the wall. These gaps will be filled with metal detectors, so that everyone gets forced to go through a big bank of metal detectors every time. And then everyone floods in from different directions. So you kind of, even when you start to get up to very large capacities, you allow them to feed in from different areas so they don't get too clogged up. This can then be extended. When I buy up the extra land around me, I can double the length of these, and in theory, if I keep the paths well, they should still be able to flood out even with double the capacity. So that is the plan, and then eventually, I don't know if we'll get to this point, I would like to build a sort of supermax prison over the road, and have an actual whole second prison over there, but just for sort of the maximum security prisoners. Just because I've never built over the other side of the road, and I think it's a cool idea of having it on both sides of the road. So that is it. So we're going to, let's say, that is very rough. That is, that when I say planning, that's not the end of the episode. We're not done now. We're now actually going to come in and actually plan things properly. I was reading a couple of guides before I jumped in to start this episode, and one thing they said, which I didn't really think about, was to put the delivery areas like inside. So I could put like the delivery area actually in here. I'm not sure what the benefit of that is. I guess the workers will take it straight from there into here, so when sort of the kitchens and things like that have better access to it. But I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap between the road. I'm going to keep the garbage out there because the prisoners don't need to come out there. The main aim of all of this is to try and keep the prisoners as far away from the entrance as possible. These trees are really freaking annoying. I wonder, can I bulk get rid of trees somehow? I can cut them down like this, but dismantle them, I guess. I don't know. Right. There's a few new things in this game now which there weren't in there before, so I have to kind of figure them out as I go. Right, let me figure out where the path away should be. Yeah, we're going to have a 2x2 pathway. I want the other side, I think. So that's going to be the entrance zone, entrance door. Okay, and we're going to have a little entrance zone like this. Like that. That's just going to be entrance. I can't write E's apparently. There we go. E for entrance. There we go. I completely forget what that means. I'll be like, E? What the hell was E for? Anyway, so that's entrance. We're going to come out the other side of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need to make that one more because that's going to annoy the shit out of me. There we go. That's better. Right, and then we're after the entrance hall. Right, then we're going to have reception. Objects. Is there a way I can quick? Is there a quick button for these? Not that I can see. Okay, so corridor. As I say, all this is going to get wiped away and replaced. I'm going to build off here now so it's centralized. Let's build a big corridor that's going to get us out to the main prison. And we'll have. Let's see. Normally I put all of my administration stuff down there. So we're going to keep this here for admin. That's going to be admin, so that's going to be prisoner only, not prisoner, staff only areas. So up here is going to be where the prisoners come in. So they're going to go through there, and they're going to. We're going to keep this area here. And this is going to be power and water, I think. Power and water. Hopefully I'll know what that means. P and W. What else could it be? Right. So let's see. What do we got? We got decent sized reception area. I'm just thinking I'd like to get rid of that. I always kind of want to do something like this. We may change that later, but something so they basically everyone has to go through there. So if we do that, we have a door there, then we can keep that one locked at all times, apart from when we're like building and stuff like that, and we want a lot quicker passageway. I don't know actually. I don't know. I will keep it like that, but I might change that when I actually come to build it later. So this is going to be our reception area. Yeah, reception I'll do. And then we're going to have the holding cell after that. So I don't want too big a holding cell because I'm not planning on doing anything too crazy with that. But I think maybe here for the holding cell. Too big for a holding cell? I kind of always say to myself that I'm not going to use the holding cell too much. And then end up using it way too much. Let's do that. That'll give us room to put in like that. In the holding cell, I actually want to have beds and showers and toilets. I want it to be like quite, so if people do end up stuck in there for a while, they don't get instantly shitty about stuff. Suppose if we put in, I'm wondering whether they should just go straight off the reception, because I mean I'm thinking like if we had like a door there and then we could have visitation up there. Maybe, and then like another one there so they can go straight out into the prison. Excuse me while I have a sip of my icy cold cold Coke. Right. I think that'll do. I think we'll leave it like that for now. I mean, it's always better to kind of plan to have more space than less, I think. Okay, visitation. It's going to be in here. I'm just wondering, this shouldn't become too much of a bottleneck, and they can come straight in and straight up there, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's probably a little bit bigger than it needs to be, this. Let's keep it like that though for now. Let's just keep it as that. This I think I might have as the infirmary. It's probably bigger. Yeah, we're gonna have what we're gonna have here actually is we're gonna have the infirmary and solitary in this, and the morgue in this block. So solitary is literally gonna be it's literally gonna be like that. They are going to get just that, but they should give me quite a lot of capacity. It's always fucking one too short, isn't it? Might as well do it now. Doesn't really matter too much. I think we've got too much space here anyway for our canteens and things, so we can probably get away with that. Anyway, so you get the idea. I'm not going to do it all now because that's annoying as shit. I'm just wondering if I can get. What does it look like if I double width these? You can tell I have a lot of confidence in my prison abilities. If I need this much solitary. Yeah, I think we can do that. And we're going to keep one of them. We'll have a way to come straight out of the infirmary into that, because generally people in the infirmary get a lot of need for going straight into solitary afterwards. Right, so that's going to be. This is solitary. Is that an S? That looks like an S to me. This is going to be. That's kind of an M. I'll know that's a morgue, and this is going to be the infirmary. With a little stumpy eye. Okay, so that's good. So we've got solitary. So that's most of the prisoner stuff. This is all the offices and stuff down here. I'm just going to leave that as it is for now because I can get a lot of stuff out of that. Okay, so let's what is that? We're not going to obviously. I'm not going to bother planning out all of the cell blocks and everything. But what we are going to do is we're going to figure out how we're going to have our cells, what a one cell block's going to look like, and then go from there. So we can start having the cell block straight away from here. It gives me a room. I'll put road gates in and double across over there, and then this gives me room. Apparently you're meant to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 blocks back so they can. But if I keep the yard, so that people can't throw contraband in over the walls, but if I keep the yard in the middle, they should struggle to do that anyway because they won't be able to get to any outside space. And we can still have a walkway around here, which will then allow the guards with the doggies to go patrolling around and piss off or try and catch anyone tunneling and things like that. Okay, right, so if this is going to be a cell block, so what do we want to do with our cell blocks? I want everyone to have their own toilet and shower. I think that's a good idea. So And I want them to have a bit of space, but I don't want to, you know, waste too much space. I'm kind of wondering whether I give it 1, 2, 3, 3 wide. Is that too? I think that's too much for one person. I kind of feel like that, and then you have bed like that, shower, toilet, and grate. And I could stick a TV in here later on to make them happier. I don't know. I feel like I'd like it to be 3 wide. Kind of do it like that. Actually, maybe. Actually, no. We'll put the shower and the toilet at the back. That way, they, if they get shitty and break things, then I put the grate there. Then, if they break the toilet or anything like that, they won't flood into the out into the hallway. At worst, it'll probably just flood into their room. See, I kind of like that idea, but how many fucking prison cells can I get here if I do it like that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You know, it'd really help if I was actually counting this. 1, 2, 3. 1. Alright, that's how it would end up looking, isn't it? Let's see, if we go all the way, let's just see what we get. Get rid of all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, that's quite a lot. We're gonna get less up here. We could probably. What length is that? 41. What are we here? 32, 41. So we can do. If we bring these down a couple more spaces, we can probably get 41 up there as well. I quite like that design. I mean, it's probably giving them more space than they need, but I just feel like when you're going for a large-scale build, you know, you kind of have to give them focus on making life easy rather than focusing on making, you know, cheap. Because I will always be able to make more money, and I will always be able to buy more land and expand. But if everyone is... Oop. No, I thought it was going to crash then, but apparently not. Yeah, if everyone is getting shitty whenever they're in their rooms, you know, the more people I get, the more that problem is going to get worse. So... And then put the bed here, and then I've got space there for other stuff. And it's kind of 1, 2, hang on, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it kind of, you know... Money eventually will not be an issue in this game if I get it right. If I get it wrong, it's not going to matter anyway if it's just going to fall apart. But if I get it right, money won't be a problem. And if it costs me a little bit more to build a cell, I don't really care too much because, like I say, I'll have the money. And what's going to become more important is keeping people happy enough that they don't keep rioting every other day. Because that's when things get really problematic and expensive. So... Foundations are quite expensive, so that extra line, you know, that extra 10 blocks of foundation will actually cost me quite a few £1,000s. But, like I say, in the long run, I think it's going to be worth it. So, right, let's go with that. And I could put another one on the end there, but I'm not going to, just because I say I'm going to run out of space up there if I do that. I don't think there's any way to, unfortunately, clone. Oh, What the hell did I just do there? Construct dirt. No, 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 please. Go away. Materials. No, I don't want to construct dirt. There will be no need for me to construct dirt. Okay, let's just figure out how big that space is then, and we can just replicate that. So including the walls, it is 41 by 13. 41 by... Oh, hang on, no, we need to... 41 by 13, including the walls. Is that right? That doesn't feel right. No, that wasn't right. What did I do wrong then? Did I just measure it wrong? 41 by 14 including the walls. Yep, you measured it wrong like a doofus, Timmy. There we go. Right. Right, so that's what that one's going to look like. This space here is going to be kind of awkward to utilize because obviously of it being up in the corner. But what I think we'll actually just do is we're going to do 41 by 14. 41 by 14. Will that match up to that nicely? Right, sticking where the doorway is going to be so I don't forget. It should be there and there, I think. No. I'm just going to stick in one cell on each one just to be certain that I'm not screwing this up completely. Because it could be a stinger to come back and try and fix it at a later date if I have got it wrong. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. And then we'll leave a pathway here. It's only those 2 cell blocks that are going to empty out through there, so that's not too bad. And then if we need to, we can then have that as a way up to the northern area if we get to that point. And then, right, 41 by 14. I don't want to start any higher than here, really. Go from there. 41 by 14. What is that? That looks like 1, 2. Can you go away? And go. It always looks like it's not as wide or not wide enough. But it is, apparently. Okay, so that's where the next cell blocks are going to be. Okay, so I'm just going to now replicate that all the way along. I have to be careful not to screw this up, because if I screw this up now, later on it will really bite me. 41 by 14, including the walls. Remember, it always includes the walls. So these are all going to be cell blocks, and once these are full, I think actually I'm going to... It may cause me problems later. I'm going to leave a 3 by 3 gap there, just because if I need to put utilities, because I will need things like water boilers and stuff like that nearby. So that allows me to do that, and it also allows me just to have ways to get up to that top zone when we get to that point. Still leaves a pretty good gap in the middle, which is good. So I screwed that one up. It's too far zoomed out. Couldn't see what I was doing with that one. There we are. 4114. So yeah, like I say, I know this episode is not going to be the most exciting of ones, but as I say, feel free just to click ahead to the next one if you don't want to watch me keep planning all this stuff out. But we're actually making pretty good progress. I thought this was going to take me a lot longer than this, but it's apparently not. Same thing, we're going to leave a Did I leave a 2 gap or a 3 gap there? 2. Okay, we'll leave 2 gap again. Kind of wish I'd put 3, but let's leave 2 for now. 2's enough. If I was going to have like hundreds of people coming through there, it wouldn't be enough, but we've just 41. How's that? Where's that take me to? We might just come out one more just to try and make as much as we can. Where's 41 get us to? It's not too bad. Yeah, I saw that. I screwed that up. I saw it. My crappy mouse controls. 41. 14. I actually, when I played this a long time ago. I got it, you know, God knows, a year or more back, I guess. And I played a full run through. Built myself a giant prison. I think it, well, not giant. It had about 300 prisoners in it. I think. Could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it was set. It was at least 200, but it could have been. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was around 300, and it was pretty successful. However, like most people, when you start playing this, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I just kind of jumped in and started playing and tried to figure it out as I went along, which meant the prison I ended up with was a bit sort of, there was lots of lessons I learnt along the way, which I wasn't able to build into it. I then sold that prison. It was worth like 700,000 or something crazy. So I made lots of money, and I went back to start up the next one, and I tried to build this design on the next one, but having had, having all that money, I decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm literally just going to build it from scratch. Like, before I even open it, I'm going to build like a freaking 500-person prison before I even open the doors. And I had the money to do that. The money wasn't an issue. I mean, obviously, I wasn't going to build every single cell before I opened, but I would build the structure of what I'm designing here before I opened it up. Unfortunately, if you try and build or at least back then, if you tried to build a foundation that was, this size, I hate that. I need to do that differently. Shit. I want that to be like these two to be in line and that to be the middle one. So I'm gonna have to redo that. Yeah, if you tried to build a foundation which basically covered like that entire area, and I think I built one that basically was there and there, it was just like the game just couldn't handle it. It just lagged. Yeah, I was getting like, it wasn't even being measured in frames per second at that point. It was being measured in like fucking, I don't know, frames per minute basically, and it just broke the game. And I played it for a few days, not solidly obviously. I slept between and things like that. But I played it for a little bit, and it just wasn't going anywhere, so I quit in the end. And left it behind, and I haven't been back to the game since then. But so I'm looking forward to this. Whereas I've learned that lesson this time, so we're not obviously, although I'm planning all this out right now, we're not going to plonk all these foundations down straight away, which does mean we're going to have to be, a little bit careful about, all of this is, the point of, or part of the point of this is these cell blocks act almost like. Why is that not in line? Okay. I need that to be in line. Yeah, these cell blocks basically act as the outer walls of the prison, so we're going to have to be a little bit creative in making sure the prisoners can't escape until the full surround of cell blocks is built. I do want to get my main canteen built first. I have on the last prison, as you may have seen, I actually so I need to make sure I line this up so I don't have to do it a third time. It's on the outer one. Yeah, I built a mini canteen just to get me going, but it just didn't work. I didn't like how it was playing out really, and I don't like doing that. I'd rather get my big canteen in place, ready to go, because it just feels like that is one of the big areas where you can end up in trouble. 14. Right, hopefully I'm screwed up again, and this will be the last time we have to repeat this design on this side. Yeah, I don't know, if you're watching this and you play this game a lot and there are reasons why this is just going to fail instantly, this design, then feel free to comment and let me know. That's why I'm doing it in design mode, so that thing. Unfortunately, by the time you see this, I will have probably I certainly recorded the first 2 episodes, probably a few more as well. So if you do comment and give me some good ideas, and I don't instantly take them on board or mention them in a video, it's not because I hate you. It's just because I've already recorded it and I'm ahead. I tell you what, I am like Dr. freaking Doolittle today. Right now, if you've watched, you know I have a dog who every now and again decides to be vocal in my videos. But I'm actually looking after my mum's chocolate Labrador at the moment as well. So under my desk, I have a chocolate Labrador snoring away. Hopefully the mic won't pick it up. On my lap, I have one of my cats who has decided that she wants to sleep on my lap while I'm recording. And then somewhere mooching around is Skylar. I'm not sure what she wants. A minute ago she was trying to jump up on my chair while I was recording, but she's wandered off now, so I don't know what she's up to. We're going to have to shrink down the admin building a bit, but that's fine because we left quite a lot of space for the admin building. See, it's the same with my Factorio series, which has just come to an end, and hence why I've decided to come and record this, because this, I think, nicely fills the void left by Factorio. Fuck you, Timmy. You're such a idiot. I'm like, why did that not match up? And I'm like, because I left a freaking walkway in the middle of that one, didn't I? Didn't I, Timmy? And I did exactly the same mistake again, which was to not continue these ones rather than continuing these ones. So, kind of wondering, should I? I think actually, I'm such an idiot. I want to continue. I'm going to have 2 long ones across here, so they'll extend out to, I'm going to keep doing it that way, and then I'm going to replace this one, these 3 here, with these ones out here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. I don't know, somewhere along there I've screwed up yet again, so I need to fix that, but that's fine, I'll fix that. I'll fix that later. He says, but it's really annoying. What have I done? What, is this not 14? That's 14, sorry if you can't see that on YouTube. That's 14. 14. It's like the fucking first one, isn't it? One of these is not 14. Special bonus prizes in the comments if you can see it. Was it this one? I don't know. I'll figure it out later, but somewhere along the line that's not right. They all look the same. I know when I'm editing this, I'll be like, it's obvious which one's not the same, Timmy, you freaking idiot. Anyway, let's just leave that. I'll sort that out later. I'll sort it out between episodes, and then when we come back next time. So that's going to be our cell blocks. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So 32, and each one has 20, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 32. So that's, in theory, that's space for 600 prisoners. 32 times 20 is 600. Yeah, so that's 600 plus prisoners in this prison based on this layout. That's a lot. That is a hell of a lot. We may end up having to shrink down maybe some of these ones over here just to make a bit more space for other things, but that'll do for now. So the other thing we're going to need then is the sort of inner admin building. So I kind of like this design like this so that I can keep the yard is then basically all the way around the outside of here. I'm going to just shrink that down just a little bit. So for each... Let's think about this. So if assuming we can get to, I'm not saying we're going to get to 600 prisoners, but I'd like to maybe aim for 500. At some point I will come up with a target for this series of how many I want, but not right now. We're going to see how it goes to start off with. But were we to go for 500, each bench holds 8 people. So we would need, so each table holds 8 people. So for 500 we would need 500 divided by 8. fuck knows, 50. If it was 10, it would be 50. So I'm going to need more than that. So I'm going to need like 60 tables. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Let's have a quick look at what this looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so actually 60 seems like a lot, but we would only need 10 rows. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we actually have plenty of room. I probably would spread them out a little bit more than that. And then obviously we then need all of the serving serving tables. So let's give ourselves a few more spaces because this is a very big room. And to about there. And we'll probably have all the serving tables up here. Each serving table has 20 trays. So each one of them can do 20 people. So we need like 30 of them. Excuse me while I have some more icy Coke. If we like had a double layer of serving tables, and then somewhere in the middle they'll come out, the kitchen entrance will come out into there, and then they'll be able to just run up and down the middle of it and put the food out. That could work. Actually, I'm kind of thinking more that they should probably go like this kind of thing. If we put them like that. Nope. Yeah, we'll have them like that, and then one space. Then so this is going to be canteen, and then we're going to have kitchen can just be long and thin because it doesn't really need to be that big. That is a big kitchen, but yeah, I like having a big kitchen. What the sorry, I got a bit carried away with my size of my K then. Yeah, that'll do. That's going to be my kitchen. Lots of space for that. We can always stick like a cleaning cupboard on the end of these and things like on the ends and stuff. So there's other stuff we can do. Then we're going to have that infirmary. Kind of feels like it's quite small now, given the size, the rest of the prison size. In here we'll have common room, probably 2 common rooms, and then this actually maybe just a big common room. CO for common. This is going to be like the working area. So the workshops. It can be workshops, and then this will be classrooms. Yeah. So what else are we missing? We're missing shop, and there's a few other bits like the shop and the chapel and stuff like that, but we have some room to play around. Like I say, 600 is a bit higher capacity than I was probably hoping for. So we may end up, going slightly smaller. I might get rid of this cell block here and put the chapel and stuff like that up there. So, but I think, guys, that is going to do it, because I have run way over on this episode. So that's kind of what we're going to end up getting to. As I say, next episode, as soon as we jump in, we're going to start building the admin block and getting ready for our first prisoners who are arriving in less than a day. So there you go. A lot of planning to have done in 7 minutes, which is about what this took me to, or about the real time of the game that's run. But from now on, obviously, we'll be focusing on building and playing the game properly. So hope you'll check back for that, guys. But for now, I've been Timmy. This has been a Prison Architect. I'm really, really looking forward to making this plan become a reality. So I hope so much that you'll check back for the next episode.